Hey everybody, welcome to group break number 626. It is the other half of the O-Pee-Chee case that we opened up last week. So here are your teams. Go switch over to this. Again, alphabetical by name, alphabetical by team. Should be correct. If there's any discrepancies, I always double check after, but it should be correct there. And they're also in show notes if you're watching. All right, here we go. Let's get started. Again, this is the other half of the case. The boxes are all numbered from that. So if we fill all the breaks today, we can throw up another 8 boxes of this. From the only box that's been opened has been a box for giveaway packs, I believe. So, all right. And then if I remember correctly, it is the third card down. The bottom is premieres. This is box 74, by the way. This over so it's easy to access. We'll rip and stack to go a little bit quicker. And then if I remember correctly, this case has been Premier, and then it is, this pack almost never has a case hit. This pack almost never has a case hit. This pack can sometimes be a case hit, but not always. This pack can sometimes be a case hit, but not always. This pack is not. This pack is not. Hobby. Yep, they are. They're in in their physical store, not on Whatnot, and on our website as well. So not on Whatnot, but. Numbered card. I mean, case it varies. Like, obviously the platinum previews are pretty sick if you can get those. The 1-of-1 blank backs always sell well. I'd say like at least the 1-of-1s always do well. The wax ons are nice. Just low numbered stuff because it's a set collector set, right? People try and go after everything. Yeah. My favorite are the 3D rookies, though. The 3D rookies are my favorite. I think I might have accidentally put the case hit in this pile, but it is unfortunately a little bit of a searchable product. But here we go. All right. All right, McDavid, 4 Nations for the Oilers, Jason Dickinson Retro, and a Joker of Sharky for the Sharks. So these are... The math on them makes it seem like they're really short print. They're 1 in 203 packs. However, essentially the print run of them, the Aces, and the Kings and stuff are all about the same. So, just how the math works. Simashev for the Mammoth. I'm going to make a different pile for rookies. Kirby Doc on the Retro. And actually, that was a not Premier, so that's actually interesting. McDavid on the Premier for the Oilers. Actually, that shouldn't have been a Premier. That's why I'm confused. That is a regular checklist. Hunter Height, Sorokin on the Retro, and Ross Johnson on the Blue. Yeah, O-Pee-Chee is very much a value set. Weisblatt on the rookie Retro of Dylan Duke for Tampa Bay. Timo Meier on the 4 of Spades. Nylander for the Leafs. Ben Kindle on the Retro rookie for the Penguins. Matty Beniers on the red for the Kraken. Dylan Duke. Hampus Lindholm on the Retro. S.O. Lindell for the Stars. Jack Eichel for Vegas. Michael McCarron for the Predators. And Wyatt Amute for the Avalanche. I never looked up his name. I meant to do that. Gabe Perreault. Parker Kelly. And, a black here. Patrick Laine for the Habs. To 100 on the rainbow foil. To 100. 40 of 100. For the Canadians. There's a start. So some of the packs get shuffled. But Brinzel, Marchment, and Brock Faber. Finish off that side. Yeah, it is somewhat searchable. It's not consistent, at least, which is nice to see. Isaac Howard for the Oilers, Lomberg on the Retro, Lundell for the Panthers. So we might just rip and stack and just go through it that way. Robidaw, Slavin, and Michael Misa Premier Rookie for the Sharks. Nice one there. Dorwart, Gaudreau for the Sharks, and Snuggerud for the Blues. Dorwart is one that goes there. There we go. I have my rookie pile. There we go. There's our first Schaefer. Yeah, normally one of the big hits in O-Pee-Chee paper is the Platinum Preview rookies, but they, for whatever reason, didn't put Schaefer and Demidov in that set this year. Susie on the retro, and Saros for the Predators. Susie for the Rangers. Suzuki for the Hurricanes. Joel Eriksson Ek for the Wild, and a black and white case hit photo variation of Kucherov for the Bolts. Kucherov, black and white, 1 in 288 packs on those. So, we'll give that a stand. We don't have Tyler Myers looking over us, but we do have Kucherov. Darren Radish's numbers since like November 28th are insane. Lundell for the Panthers on the Four Nations. McKinnon on the retro for the Avs. Gustafson for the Wild. Sam Dickinson for the Sharks. Makar on the retro. And Ekblad for the Panthers on the retro to 100. It is 15 of 100. And these cards never really hold their condition the best, just because anytime you have, like, especially paper stock, it shows any marks on like black bordered cards so easily, but it's not bad. Lundell for the Stars, Nichushkin, and Kamel for the Predators on the retro rookie black to 100. Nice one there. 85 of 100. Nice one there. Again, 85 of 100. 6, Joel Eriksson Ek for the Wild, Thomas Harley, and Matt Barzell, Stars and Islanders to end off box 1. So, decent box 1. Got the Joker, got the black and white, got 3 numbered cards out of 100. Like, the thing with O-Pee-Chee is that it's such a good value product. You're guaranteed 3 cards out of 100. Or not, I guess not out of 100, but like, generally speaking, you get 2 cards out of 100 or less per box, and then either like, sometimes a 350, sometimes a 49. But generally, like, 2 cards are going to be out of 100 or less. And, like, at the price point, given its popularity in the collector world, pretty good one. All right. There we go. I think we're just going to go top down and speed things up, rather than sort through the packs of, like, what a premiere is going to be and where the numbered card is going to be, because more or less we know where they are at this point. And but let's keep it rolling. I like to save some suspense for the end. Here's our red, I believe. No, that's a plain card. You won't see red on the back. Let's do 2 more packs here, or 3 more packs. Is that blank? No, it's not blank. I am a sucker for blank backs, so I always get excited when we pull them. Colton Dock, Boone Jenner, Draisaitl on the Premier. Hellebuck for the Jets, Tyler Toffoli for the Sharks, Lilleberg. We have a Line for the Habs, Lundell for the Panthers. I love these retros. They look so nice. Kopitar for the Kings. Zibanejad for the Rangers, Lekkerimäki for the Canucks, and Austin Watson for the Red Wings to 100. 88 of 100. Definitely who you want to pull from that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Amut, Coronado, and Zibanejad, Rangers and Flames on those guys. McKinnon for the Avs, Sillinger for the Blue Jackets, and Wyatt Johnson for the Stars. Elias Pettersson for the Canucks, McMichael, and Drake Batherson. On the premiere for Batherson, Lucas Raymond for the Red Wings, Bjorkstrand, and Dak Gord. 8. Matthews for the Leafs, Perreault on the retro for the Rangers, and nice red rookie of Tomashek for the Oilers. Those are actually relatively tough to hit because, again, red cards are 1 per box, and it's a 600 card set list, so you essentially have a 1 in 600 chance of getting a red rookie, which makes them pretty rare. Unfortunately, not the best rookie to get, but Binnington for the Blues, Ryan Pulock, and Gustafsson to 350 on the rainbow foil for the Wild. 39 of 350. All right, and again, after this, we will be doing Allure $1 starts. We hit 2 numbered cards so far. I don't think we hit anything case hitty in this. So, all right, because this is a middle pile here. Duh. Oh, especially the retro 4 Nation cards look so sick. They look really, really nice. Honestly, if there's a set that, like, okay, if you were to put on-card autographs on these cards, like, I think they would be some of the most popular cards. I don't know. They're so clean this year. To the point where I'm actually disappointed. But also I get that, you can't always do that on low-end sets. Easton Cowan, Sam Bennett, and Ty Dellandrea. But yeah, I really wish they put autographs on the retros. Saros for Finland, Gustafsson, especially years where they're so clean, and Wilson. Skylar Brindamore for the Hurricanes, Adam Lowry, and Stanky for the Hurricanes. Skylar's one of those rookies that you don't want to hit, but at the end of the day, Rodrigo Obols, Nylander. Yeah, like, could you imagine if this had an autograph on it? Like, I'd be so sick. Adam Fox is 75 for the Rangers on the premiere. The Diamond Parallel, I believe, is what they're technically called. Yeah, Diamond Foil to 75. 27 of 75. Another numbered card. We'll put that in this pile. I think that's actually a bonus numbered card as well. Shabonov for the Islanders. Vlasic and Morgan Riley for the Leafs to 100. On the black border, 54 of 100. Sorry, the light's a little bit. As long as I hold the cards up this way, it's better, yeah. 4, 5. Laba for the Rangers, Wemberg for the Sharks, and Patrick Kane. So 6, 7. Aho for the Hurricanes, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, and Aho on the Queen of Spades. Those are technically rarer to get. So I'll put that in the top load pile. These ones we have a 99 team random because it's technically a short print. So I'll just leave and top load it. What we do for the checklist, again, we did this last time where we actually pulled a rainbow out of 100, a blue, and then 2 blanks. We'll random it and then go top down. DeBrincat and Marchand. So, like, if we have 4 of them, for example, the team in first would get the first one. Team in second would get the second best one. Third would get the third best. Fourth would get the fourth best. It's just the easiest way to do those. I don't know. Not like they're going to be too valuable, but they do have the rookies and stuff on it, and it is technically a short print, so. All right, next box here. Yeah, the dreaded checklist. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 5, and this is box 38. See if it shows up. Pity the Foo, you had what team did you have? You had the Kraken, so essentially you probably will get some by the end of the break, if not have some already right now. To check, you kind of have to go back and watch just because there's a lot of cards in this. The big ones will recap at the end. So, but it's essentially like the 3 hits. So in the middle of the pack, you'll see like rookie and then retro and then kind of parallel or rare card. So. But the players that like a name or the cards will go along. So yeah, not base cards. Base cards do not ship. The ones from 501 to 600 are technically short prints. They're 1 per pack, which because it includes all the rookies of 4 nations and stuff, so those ship. Unfortunately, I don't think the Kraken have anyone in the 4 nation set in this. They do in SP Game Used, but Granlund for the Ducks, Henrique, and Luke Cagnoni for the Sharks. If you chose pickup in store when you purchased, you will be able to. Cagnoni's to 350. I like him. If you didn't, then we have to ship something. To change it, you have to go into your wallet on whatnot and then set it to pickup. But yeah, once like you purchase one spot with shipping, we have to ship something out to you. So there's a Yanni Neiman for the Kraken. And a Yanni Neiman retro for the Kraken with a Peugeot for the Islanders. Yeah, man, those retro rookies, if they had autos on them. Brat for the Devils, Bouchard, and Rantanen. Suzuki, Jesper Wallstedt, the Wall of St. Paul himself. And Rantanen on the Premier. I don't know why I checked the back of the Premier. They don't have variations. Dickinson for the Sharks. Bedard on the retro. And Lowry for the Jets. Isaac Howard for the Oilers. Dorwart on the retro rookie. And Matty Beniers on the 2 of Hearts. Wrong pile there. Yeah, and then for like drop off, I'll try and drop them off tomorrow. McDavid for the Oilers, Forsberg on the retro, and Greenway for the Sabres to 100 at shipping. Just depends on how many breaks we do tonight. Well, today, not tonight. Simishev for the Mammoth, Akil Thomas, and Laba on the blue. Nice blue there. Try and get them out as quickly as possible. Again, it is kind of a one-person operation for now, so it is a little bit, can be a little bit delayed at times. Next break is going to be an Allure Inner at a $1 start, team pick your team style. So we'll go through team by team alphabetical and start them at $1, and what they sell for is what they sell for. And after that, we do have Black Diamond. I know a lot of people were requesting it. Only one team has sold so far. If it doesn't sell, then we will just refund whatever team people have bought. And if it gets somewhat close, so we'll definitely just try and push the breakthrough. So. Sorry, 1 second. There we go. All right. Lundell for the Panthers, Jakai, and Clayton Keller, Habs Mammoth to finish that off. Nylander for the Leafs, Kirill Kaprizov on the retro, and Seneca rookie premier for the Ducks. Gabe Perreault. Josh Brown for the Oilers. Brown's not a retro. And Sean Monahan for the Blue Jackets. Dylan Duke. Oh, we have a draft pick thing here. Hunter Height. And I believe this is middle. This is redemption number 2. So again, if you complete the full, or 3 actually, if you complete the full bounty, this is for the Habs. You get a Demidov rookie at this point because I'm pretty sure 100 have been claimed. But that is for the Habs. You can put those up there because they're not major. Wild on the Eric's neck, David Kampf, and Levshinov rookie black for Chicago to 100. Yeah, these retro rookies, man, they're sick. 44 of 100. Just 11 off that jersey number. But yeah, I really like these paper rookies this year. One of the cards that like won't get hobby love from a value standpoint, Kindle for the Penguins, Granlund for the Ducks, and Slaggert for Chicago. But man, they look nice, especially in person. When you get them in person, you'll understand. Kachuk for the Senators, Yarncroak, and Demko, Leafs and Canucks to end off that. Rantanen for the Stars, Grubauer for the Kraken, and Kucherov for the Bolts. Tomashek, Bushnevich, and Boquist. Oilers, Blues, Panthers. Brock Nelson for the Avs. Kaprizov for the Wild. And Lawrence on the red for the Leafs. Yeah, man, if they did autographs on those retros, oh. Even if they were in clear cut, man. Like, if you take the top rookies and put those in clear cut, people will be like, oh man, O-Pee-Chee, but then you look at the cards. The red is not a 1/1, unfortunately. It's just a regular rookie. We hit a 1/1 in the first half of this case with the Michkov, so I doubt we'd get a second, but it's just the rookies are technically a 1 in 600, right? So they're like, you have to open up 600 boxes to get. If you open up 600 boxes, in theory, you'd get like 600 average boxes. You technically get all this, the whole set, but to get a specific rookie, it is actually tough. All right, and this is box 28. There we go. And just show the box numbers in case there is any damage or anything like that. I can go back through and send you the box that it comes in, and then you can get help with that from Upper Deck. We are a certified diamond dealer as well, so that helps. So reds are 1 per box. So your odds of getting a rookie, I guess, is like 40 or 59 in 600. So what does that work out to? Like you have essentially a 9% chance of hitting a rookie per box. They used to. I don't know if they do anymore. Actually, funny story about hot boxes. Back when I was working at EA, the NHL came by to do their presentation, and they actually had a box at O-Pee-Chee. Like the NHL distributed the packs, and it was a hot box. And everyone knew I collected hockey cards, and I got all of the hockey cards from people. There were black rainbows of like McDavid, a couple good rookies in there. It was phenomenal. Yeah, Sons of None. If you're in the Vancouver area, we're in Surrey. 130th. Our actual address is, I think, 8065 130th in Surrey. So, Tomashek, Jari, and Caulfield, Oilers, Penguins, and Habs. Nelson for the Avs, Shea, and Tarasenko. That was before hockey cards also popped off, but nice. Yeah, I'm not. So the breaks happen out in a different place for now. Obviously at my place. Granlund for the Ducks, Decord, and Foegele for the Kings, but that will change soon. They'll be in their own room. Dylan Duke, Trocheck, and Seth Jones has barely got into trouble with the PEDs today. Eriksson Ek, Noah Hannafin, and Torchenko. Wild, Vegas, and Blues. Kindle again. Nelson. Man, when you hit rookies, they are clumped together. Barzell for the Islanders. But yeah, the staff at the store is phenomenal. I was actually a customer at the store before working there, and shopping there made me want to work there. Kachuk for the Senators. Dylan, and Cam Lund. These foil papers are nice too, man. That's the one thing about O-Pee-Chee. They do have some nice looking cards. To 350. You hit the 2 sharks that you probably don't want to hit. But, hey. Better than not hitting, you know? Ranting for the stars. Osland on the retro. Like, see, imagine if this card, like, just, you add a little bit of white in an on-card auto. Oh, Easton Cowan on the color match. That's sick for the Leafs. Crosby, Poitras, and Bedard on the playing cards. I'm going to sleeve and topple the Cowan just because it is a blue color match. So, again, probably not like recap worthy, but Sharks fan by whoever. Nice. Yeah. I used to have a Long Beach native Matt Nieto shield from National Treasures, but I sold that a while ago. I love shields, man. Shields are so cool. Especially, man, I miss Panini hobby stuff. I know people didn't like it at the time because there's a lot of parallels, but I mean, look at what those hobbies kind of evolved into anyways now. But they were actually pretty innovative with their stuff, I would say, and at least pushed boundaries of sets. Like, they did net cord cards and a bunch of other stuff before other places did, so. I want to see a play. Oh, we got a purple. We got a purple. Yanni Neiman, Zemgus, and Ryan Leonard. Nice hit here for the Capitals on the black and white photo variation rookie. Also really tough to hit. MC Yellow, right? I think I had that right. Nice hit there. Put that with the Kucherov. I believe they're 1 in 288. I'm now curious. Black and yeah, 1 in 288. So it's not all the players, but still a nice card. Jesper Bratt for the Devils, Devon Toews for the Avs, and purple of Ryan Lomberg to 49 for the Flames. Lomberg for the Flames, 48 of 49. My toxic trade is trying to figure out how to spin everything into how it's an eBay 1 of 1. Ethan Frank for the Capitals, Beckett Seneca on the retro for the Ducks, and Chatfield. We've hit some good retro rookies so far. That's nice to see. Zeev Bouillon and Emmett Finney. Speaking of good retro rookies, Andre Lee for the Kings there. Sammy Reinhart for the Panthers, Rupe Hintz, and Claude Giroux. Callahan for the Bruins, Manson, and Troy Terry for the Ducks. Manson for the Avs there. Oli Mata for the Mammoth, I want to say. Gustafson for the Wild, and Drew O'Connor for the Canucks. Oop, did I put a rookie up here? I did. Yatcom for the Islanders. Joel Eriksson Ek for the Wild, and Forster on the red for the Flyers. Kamel for the Predators, Sam Steele, and Cale Makar to 350 for the Avs. Oh, yeah, Prism was... Man, Prism back in the day was sick. Same with Select. But, like, again, my favorite set was 2010-11 Dominion. If I ever, like, am able to find a case of that or something, oh, I'd love to crack that. I doubt it exists, but that set was just, I think, the best value high-end hockey card product and best designed high-end hockey card product of all time. Like, it was just so nice. They were pretty ahead of the curve with, like, again, Limited had some cool stuff in it. I know it wasn't the most popular product, but it did have some cool game-use stuff. I wasn't a big fan of Totally Certified. Regular Certified I was okay with. Crown Royal, the silhouettes, dude. Silhouettes go hard. Those are another sick set as well. I don't know. They just had a lot of cool stuff. I like cool stuff. Like, it doesn't matter what set it's from. If it looks cool, I'll like it. At least if I think it looks cool. Because there's some stuff that I think looks awful that other people like. And that's okay. That's called personal preference. And this is box 22. We were in the store the other day and saw that they had a Mad Libs Travis and Taylor version, and it's like, man, I don't know if they paid copyright. Like, I feel like if they didn't pay for copyright on that, like, it's just not generic enough. Obviously, they probably have a huge legal department, or they might have, like, permission to do it, but still. Oh, yeah, Contenders was a lot of fun. I made a lot of money on Contenders back in the day before people realized what, like, because they did redemptions for the dual autos and stuff. And I was able to buy, I guess it's like kind of something that led me to this specific job based off of like all the other things. But I wasn't allowed to take like my PlayStation and stuff to university, and I was doing a lot of like NHL video game content back in the day. And so, like, I immediately just started flipping hockey cards on the side. And it was actually a Contenders dual auto black. I think it was Sack and I forget who else that I got for, like, $80. And it was a 1-of-1. It's, like, sick deal. Booyah, Chinnikov, and Bobby Brinks in Premier. Wow. But, yeah. Sam Reinhart for the Panthers, Mark Stone, and Bjorkstrand. But yeah, I was able to get like the golds and stuff. Knew the short prints off by heart. Callahan for the Bruins, Hischier, and Celebrini on the 5 of diamonds. That was the one thing with Panini is that you need to, and same thing with Upper Deck, mind you. Coots for the Canucks, Bedard, and Shane Pinto on the purple. You need to know your short prints because you could get some really good bargains in the bargain bins. Obviously, it shows because people wouldn't know. Upper Deck's kind of similar. If you know what you're looking for and like have the time to look through stuff, you can find some pretty good stuff. Yokoharu for the Bruins, Booyah for the Wild on the retro, McLean for the Islanders, Ekholm, Peak, and Byfield. Ekholm is for the Oilers. And all the Four Nation stuff goes to the current team. Marner for Vegas, Yanni Gord, and Elias Lindholm. Osland, we have a retro of him, I believe. Ian Moore, Eric Carlson, and Lehkonen. So you hit actually one of the tougher parallels to hit. The retros are so nice. Again, I won't stop saying that. Sabres on the Dahlin, Engvall, and Barzell on the red. Yeah, I think there's a retro in there somewheres. So. And again, the reason you see me putting the reds to the side is that they are just one of the parallels. It's O-Pee-Chee's a very set collector set if you're newer to the hobby or O-Pee-Chee. The reds tend to hold their value somewhat, at least early on as people collect the set. Just, you know, obviously it's not going to be a crazy value card unless it's a good rookie, but you never know. Oh, yeah. I know people that do the master sets for it every year. A lot of dedication goes to that. But when I was setting up at shows back, again, like 2019, 2018, there'd be people that would come along and be like, I literally opened up, I think, 2 cases worth of O-Pee-Chee one time because the same people would come through. They'd pick through all of your base. It'd come through all of your rookies, inserts, whatever there was. They would come and pick it all apart. And it's just fun to interact with them and stuff and give them some good deals every once in a while. Mata for the Mammoth, Cam York, and Torrey Krug to 100 for the Blues. I have not. Torrey Krug is 24 of 100. I want to separate these a little bit. 1 second here. Just because I like to see the rookies go in a different pile. Gatcomb, Barat for the Devils on the retro, and Aho for the Hurricanes. Kemmel Forsberg for the Predators, and Barkov for the Panthers. Ethan Frank, Makamadulin, and Sam Dickinson, Premier Rookie for the Sharks. Crosby for the Penguins, Miramanov and Farabee for the Flames. McAvoy for the Bruins, Tuck and Rantanen to 75 on the Premier. Another numbered diamond foil from the Premier set. Fun to go back through and see how many we pulled and just average them out to see how many cases of this were made. I'd be curious to know. There's an Ostlund. Mata again. And I'm pretty sure Mammoth and Barrett Hayden for the Mammoth. Finney with a Greenway and a Yossi. I actually think we should have a decent amount of Finneys in this half because we didn't hit one in the first half. 7 for the Hurricanes, Brown for the Oilers, and Ryan Leonard on the Rainbow to 350. Capitals hitting some good Leonards. 214 of 350. And again, you can only get, so the rainbow foils are only for the cards 501 to 600. So they are tougher to, like you'll only see rookies or the Four Nations guys in those. And that covers the out of 350s, out of 100s, and then also the greens, which are out of 33. All right. Next box here. Been a pretty good, like, nothing I would say insane, but pretty good half so far. Couple of good black and white variations. Some good numbered rookies, which is always nice to see. Some Moto 75s, which is always nice to see. This is box 28. There we go. Next cards here. Man, why is it so toasty today? I'm gonna turn my above light off here. Hopefully that doesn't change the lighting too much. Actually, it might help. Yeah, I can. So we'll do the same thing. You know the drill. It'll be there tomorrow or the day after. A Nikishin, White Cloud, and Point. Wood, Malkin, and Foligno. Cairns, Bratt, and Lane Hudson. Man, the retros are so nice. Ryan Leonard on the regular. Let's get a rookie here. Bryson. Forbert. For the Canucks of 49. All right, that light actually did help a little bit. 29 of 49. 2 off the jersey number. Oh, it's the long hair. I heard this like buzzing and couldn't figure out what it was. Quinn Hudson. Retro of Logan Thompson. And Skylar Brindamore on a blue rookie for the Hurricanes. Matthew Tkachuk for the Panthers on the Four Nations. Spencer Stastny for the Predators. And Binnington for the Blues. Parayko for the Blues. Oscar Beck for the Stars. And DeBrincat for the Red Wings. I believe it was DeBrincat. Makar for the Avs. Ryan Hartman and Ben Kindle for the Penguins. Lots of premier rookies, which makes sense. We didn't get a lot in the first half, so Canyoni, Krug, and Josh Anderson. All right, let's keep it rolling here. Capitals out of 100. I don't, off the top of my head, know. But let me double check here. Nope. Not there, and then it wouldn't be up there, I don't think. Yeah, not yet. Oh, Canyoni's in the wrong pile there. There we go. Maybe you're just calling your shot here. Gustafson, Sam Reinhart, and Red of Byfield for the Kings. Man, those retros are so nice. Sheen, William Carrier, and Mitch Marner for Vegas to 350. He looks so small in this photo. Like, just the framing of this photo makes him look so little. He looks Connor Garland sized. Actually, let's put the Leonard up here. It's a good rookie. I love Connor Garland, but Farinacci, Forbert on the retro, and Hischier. Zane Parekh, Nazer, and Nylander. Come on, I want to see a 3D rookie here. No, it is Vegas, and Four Nations are current team. Barkov for the Panthers, Frederick, and Robert Thomas for the Blues. Carlson for the Penguins, Leo Carlson for the Ducks, and Dustin Wolf for the Flames. Levshunov, Zeev Buyam. Oh, we do have a 1/1, and it's for the Flyers. Bobby Brink on the printing plate. Flyers hitting both 1/1s in this case. The cyan plate. Cyan is the sound you make when you pull this instead of another player. Let's get a third. Yeah, I'm all for that. Give me a sick rookie. I'll take a 3D rookie instead, though. Koivunen for the Penguins, Tyler Myers, and Dvorsky to 100 for the Blues. Another good rookie black out of 100. 76 of 100. Better than the inverse of that. Taylor Ward, Jaden Schwartz for the Crack, and Newhook. All right. Yeah, but like this is such a good value product, especially like if you're a collector, this is such a fun set. Because it's affordable. You get normally 2 cards out of 100 per box, and then one either 350 or lower number typically. You have some chances at some cool cards. I think, unfortunately, this year it's a little bit leaner than previous years, but like previous years they had sicker, I'd say, inserts and stuff and different parallels, but we haven't hit a platinum preview yet, and typically you get 4 per case. And we've only had 2, so my rough estimations was that you get 2 and a or 3 and a numbered one type of thing, or 2 and a numbered. So, and we haven't hit one yet. We've hit 2 in the first half, so maybe they're coming here. But sure, good enough. And 93 on the box number. I don't know if it'll show up, but it should be. And after this, we have the Allure $1 start case. And our next stream will be next Wednesday for SP Games. We'll have some release day stuff. We'll do probably pick your team on that, and maybe a random team. I'll see what the price point comes in at for a random team, but it seems like a fun random team product. And obviously pick your team to let you get your stuff. We'll try and be, you know, the usual on pricing, try and be one of the best places for it pricing wise, so. And hopefully we can do some release day rips and have some fun. All right, let's keep it rolling here. Ian Moore, checklist 1 through 100. So again, this one is one that we will have to random off separately. So put that there. And Seamus Casey, 63 of 100. Jesper Bratt's number. For the Devils. Did a really good job at dodging checklists so far. Sabres for the Dahlin, Eichel, and Elias Pettersson for the Canucks on the blue. Nice color match. Slavin for the Hurricanes, for Kell for the Penguins, and Trouba for the Ducks. My brain going through the SP game use. Brunicky for the Penguins, Blackwood for the Avs, and Mad Sogard for the Senators. My brain going through the Four Nations stuff just to 68 of 100, by the way, on the Sogard. On the SP Game Use Four Nations stuff was breaking so hard on some players. Like Raquel, she's like, he's on the Ducks. He's on the Ducks. It's like, no, he's not. Why am I putting him there? He's not on the Ducks. Brady Martin for the Predators. John Tavares for the Leafs. And Arshdeep Bains for the Canucks. Sandin Pelika for the Red Wings, Miralainen, and Kachuk, Senators there. There are some other players that was like, what team are they on again? Parker Ford for the Jets, Kyle Connor for the Jets, and Matthews for the Leafs on the Premier. Oliver Moore, Podkolzin for the Oilers, and Andrew Kopp. JT Miller for the Rangers, Yanni Neiman on the retro, and Dylan Cousins for the Senators on the red. By the way, if you ever have any like feedback on the setup and stuff, let me know. I am working on getting a recording side set up that'll be 16 by 9 rather than 9 by 16. Just because I feel like 16 by 9 you actually can see a lot more stuff. Like it's easier to kind of see the piles I have and display stuff. The close-up of the cards are a little bit nicer, I find. And they just look better on YouTube for the archives. Ooh, I think we have some platinum here. Ooh, we do have some platinum. Let's go. Yoko Haru for the Bruins, Cutter Gauthier, and Brady Martin for the Predators on the Premier Rookie. Ekholm for the Oilers, Lawrence for the Leafs, and Brennan Othman for the Rangers. Mitch Marner for Vegas, Brock Nelson for the Avalanche, Pasta for the Bruins. And it's a short print. Ostlund for the Sabres, Adam Fox for the Rangers, and there we go. Demi Premier. Actually, it's been pretty quiet for Demi and Schaefer. Been pretty quiet for them so far. But at least we got one of each. Put that in the nice rookies. There we go. Finney, Forrester, and Domi. All right. Seneca, Michael Granlund, and another Seneca. That's a triple duck pack, by the way. To 75, 21 of 75. Didn't we hit like 22 of 75 in the first bit? Nice one there on the pink magma. By the way, this is what platinum will look like this year. Ducks were a good buy this break. Wierenski, Samuelson, and Parker Ford to 350 for the Jets. 343 of 350. Almost the right time on that. Michael Misa, there's our first Misa. Natchez and Kaprizov. Hedman, Mickelrath, and Seth Jarvis. Yeah, the previews are nice. That's really strange getting two in the same case. I think he's the best rookie to get because it's Levshunov and is it Misa? Is the other one? No, it's not even Misa. It's oh, my mind's breaking. Who's the other one? Dickinson? Yeah, that's fair. All right, final box here. I want to say we're gonna have a puzzle bounty card here. Box 90, because they're 1 in 96 packs, which means 1 in like 4 boxes. Oh no, I guess it's a little bit rare. Maybe we don't have 2. I don't know. I forget how often, but yeah. They're 1 in 92 or 76. I forget what one. Or maybe it's 96. Be what? 192. My brain can't cooperate. Doing that amount of math on the fly. If there's 72, that would mean 1 in every 4 boxes. Because it's 18 pack boxes. And then, yeah, I think they're 42. Now I'm gaslighting myself. Taylor Ward, David Perron, and Celebrini Premier for the Sharks. Not rookie, but always nice to get Celebrini stuff. Parayko for the Blues, Othman, and Chikrin. Makar for the Avs, Isaac Howard for the Oilers on the retro, and Darlene for the Sabres. Devontae's for the Avs, Byfield for the Kings, Seamus Casey for the Devils, MBN for the Red Wings, Tippett, and Ovechkin ace for the Capitals. Nice one there. They're technically shorter printed at 1 in 101 packs, but the like the pull rate of them's harder, but getting them compared to the Joker or the Kings and Queens and stuff is actually, you'll come across, if you open up, say, like 80 cases of this, you'd come across the same number of like aces as you would, or like the same number of each player. Cam Lund for the Sharks, Ersson for the Flyers, and Ovechkin for the Capitals. Brad Marchand for the Panthers, Matt Roy for the Capitals, and Hannafin for Vegas. We have a Ville Ottavainen for the Kraken, Simashev for the Mammoth on the retro, and Tolvanen for the Kraken on the red. We have Matt Bay-Gridden, Kiefer Sherwood for the Canucks, and Ottavainen rookie red or rainbow foil to 350, numbered. I believe it is numbered 69 of 350. So nice hit there for the Kraken. Yeah, 69 of 350. Nice one there. And last half. Last half here. Let's hit, I don't know. I want to see a 3D rookie. I know they're tough to hit, but like some of the sickest cards that they make all year. We have 2 randoms to do after. about right. Here we go. Oh, we did hit another one of one. Canyoni for the Sharks, Matthew Nice, and Chikrin for the Capitals to 100. So we did hit a Capitals to 100. 84 of 100. Manifested it. Wow, 2 plates and one of one in the case is pretty good. Gustafson for the Wild, Tim Stützle, and Laine for the Habs. Stützle's obviously for the Senators. Sheen, McDermott, and Tage. Farinacci, Austin Watson, and Slavin. Bruins, Red Wings, and Hurricanes. It is a retro plate. Actually, this is a good end here. Retro plate in purple. Kachuk for the Panthers. Foligno and Laine, Chicago Habs. Dalibir for the Blues. McDavid on the retro. And one of one for the Seattle Kraken. Jaden Schwartz, cyan plate. Nice one there. Pity. Nice little 101 for you. Never a bad day. Yeah, I think the black printing plate would probably be the sickest, but the Kraken and Cyan's at least like visible. So Snuggered on the rookie Foligno, and Jason Robertson for the Stars to 49. Give me 70 or 34. 45. It's off by 11. Nice one there, though. Gaucher, Paschal, Will Smith. And finishing things off, Demidov with a Cirelli and an O'Connor. There we go. Well, had to wait till the last pack. Second plate you got, nice. But there's the base Demi rookie. Quiet on Schaefer's. Quiet on the, I guess they're 1 in 96 on the redemptions. But overall, pretty solid. So, I'm quite happy with that. Again, from a full case, we hit like 3 1-of-1s, 2 out of 75s, a bunch out of 49s. When you add up the whole case, like just for a value product, it's a really fun rip. Sorry, I just realized that this is like glaring on those. I wonder if I can... What light is it? Is it like this light? Yeah, it's that light. Okay. There we go. That's better. Less glare. Sorry about that. All right. Let me get the random set up here because they are long randoms. While we do this, we will do a giveaway for another hobby pack of O-Pee-Chee. And we'll get alert started right after this. So it is select all, and it is 1 to 100. So 1 to 99 because 100 is a checklist, and it is 501 to 600, 501 to 599 because again there is a checklist. Is that correct? That is 99. Yes, cool. All right. Randoms. And we'll do 3 times on both here. 1 second, let me find, just shrink it. There we go. So what I did is I just went into the checklist and copy and pasted the first 100 cards. Obviously, like, 1 is Andrew Peak, who's a Bruin. Essentially, we'll random this 3 times. Whoever's on top gets the retro checklist once, twice, twice. Third time, the Habs. The rich get slightly richer. And the 501 to 600 once, twice, third time, the Red Wings. Detroit. All right. And not that they're big money cards, but they're still technically hits, so gotta ship them out. Some notable stuff, the Ovechkin and Sharky playing cards. One rookie redemption thing for the Habs. Habs have a Demidov. We had another Demidov. We'll save these for the recap here. Easton Cowan and Schaefer base blue Cowan. Out of 350s, we had an Ottavinen, a Parker Ford, a Marner, a Makar, Cam Lund, Cagnoni, and Philip Gustafson. We also had a Ryan Leonard, but that's for later. We had 2 premieres to 75, Fox and Rantanen. Had a bunch of hundreds here. Chikrin, Sogard, Seamus Casey, Laine, Greenway, Riley, Austin Watson, Ekblad, and Krug. We had a red Tomashek. Those are, again, you have a 59 and 600 chance per box of getting a red rookie, so they are pretty tough to come by. Robertson to 49, Forbort to 49, Pinto to 49, and Lomberg to 49 from our purples. Key rookies that we got, Leonard to 350, Dvorsky, Kemmel, and Levshinov all to 100. We got 2 black and whites, one being Kucherov, one being Leonard, 2 printing plates, with one being Jaden Schwartz for the Kraken and one being a Bobby Brink for the Flyers. But, I mean, hey, second best of the break last time, best of the break this time is a pink Magma of Seneca to 75. So that is group break 626.